Well, I'm excited, and I'm gonna get started and give you, well, pretty much my layout, okay, on kind of what I use, my business philosophy, things that I sat back probably 3 years ago. I went and spoke for Bill Whittle for the first time. And I was so nervous, like, okay, what do I talk about? I was a $160,000 earner. And I said, why does he want to hear from me? And I had to sit back, and I actually sat back and made this, and I've added things to it as I've gotten, better as an RVP, but I sat back and came up with these things with the person that actually recruited me, Herman Rojas. And because a lot of things he taught me, I'm going to be very clear. Herman Rojas taught me how to close a sale. Herman Rojas took me, he was very good and he was very savvy. He taught me how to go in a house and pick up a check. He trained me. I took him on 19 training appointments, and he closed 18 of the 19. He's very good, very good. Hard work will always beat talent that don't work hard. Doesn't matter how talented you are. If you don't put it to work, you will not excel, period. So 3 years ago, we sat down, and I put these things together, and I said, Herman, I want to hit on these 4 things right here. And so we started going through it, and I've added things to it since then. But this is how I came up with it. These are the things that he taught me going on an appointment. And then Neil taught me, he recruited me. He taught me the basics on how to go close a sale. Neil Gerfine taught me how to build a business. So if you think that your upline is like you're better than your upline, or you can't, no. You're training people to learn how to go and close a sale, the mechanics of the business. But there is a psychological part of this business that makes you great. It takes both. My team is called the Breadwinners, but however, everyone wants to be the breadwinner of their family. So it's called the 4 C's, the keys to becoming a breadwinner. And the first one is, number 1, to be coachable. Eliminating excuses. What I mean by eliminating excuses is to the fullest. Let me give you an example of what I mean. I was working an hour and a half away from my home, and I had to drive here on Sunday mornings. And I mean, I had to be at work at 6 a.m. So I had to leave my house no later than 4:30 a.m. to get there on time. I spent Sunday night, I spent Monday night, and I got off late Tuesday night. So I spent 3 nights away from my child. And I was getting in a grind. Neil Gerfine had every other Monday, he had what's called Drill for Skill. So this is during the time when I'm writing this 89, 92, 94, trying to show, Sue Younger, but I still have a job, but I'm trying to do this to show her I care more about my daughter than her. So I'm trying to juggle everything. And mind you, let me just point this out. Because I was at work Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and op night was on Wednesday, I got off late on Tuesday, op night was on Wednesday. I couldn't do appointments during that time, you guys. I think I left that part out. The only days I could do Primerica was Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I was very jealous of the people who got off work at 5 o'clock. I just heard Chris Royce talk about the grind. I just heard Mr. Coker talk about the grind and appointments. Well, I have a child. This is called no excuses. I have a child that I do not see at all for 3 days straight. I get home so late on Tuesday at like 1 in the morning, she's asleep. I wake up on Wednesday and I take her to school, and she's at school all day. She gets out of school, and an hour and a half after she gets out of school, it's time for me to hit the road to go to op night. By the time I get home from op night, she sleeps, so I still don't see her. Most people, they would use an excuse. Okay, so on Thursday, I have to be with my child. On Friday, I have to be with my child. On Saturday, I got to be with my child because I got to go back to work and do this all again on Sunday. Not me. I only had 3 days to do Primerica. So I had to make sure I had a 6 and an 8 bare minimum appointment on Friday, Saturday, on Thursday, Friday, and on Saturday I tried to have 3. So my goal was to have 7 appointments in this 3-day time frame. And some people in this room don't have 7 in a month. Again, I used to wonder, why doesn't it bother me that I'm leaving my child? It used to bother me. This is not somebody else giving it to me. I was giving it to myself. Why doesn't it bother me? Why am I okay with leaving my child? Why do I not feel, am I not a good mother? Why do I not feel, I don't have a problem leaving her? You know why I didn't have a problem leaving her on those 3 days? Because I had no problem leaving her on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday when the man told me to go to work. So why am I having a problem leaving her for my own business? So I had no problem leaving her because I had to leave, and everybody was okay with that. When all the holidays fell on those days I had to go to work, and when I didn't show up, they understood. Oh, yeah, okay, we'll put a plate aside for you. I can't get a plate, though, when I chose to not come. They looking at me crazy, like, so you're just not going to come to the family function? You're just going to go on one of those KT things again? Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. It was okay when the man gave me a schedule. When I give myself the schedule, I can't get a plate. And I had to let those things not bother me. And sometimes it still bothers you. The family's talking about me. The family's broke. Do you understand that? They're broke. Please don't confuse being financially independent for being confident about where they are. Just because they drive a nice car, just because they might be doing better than anybody else in your family. Doing better means different things to different people. Doing well in life, well, they're doing well in life. Well, what does well in life mean to you? Because that means different things to different people, depending on what you've been exposed to. I can't take your well in life versus my well in life. Because I've been on a private jet before. I have. I've never been to Vegas any other way but being in a suite, and neither has my daughter. Because my father used to take me to Circus when I was a kid, and we used to be in a suite. I don't know how he did it, but he made sure we was in a suite. Maybe it was a certain time of the year when the sale was going on. I don't know. But I was always in a suite. And then I get to college, and my friends want to go. We all going to Vegas. Well, where we staying? Whiskey Pete's. What? Why are we going to go to Vegas and we all piled up in one room? Well, we're not going to be in a room anyway, so? And I just wouldn't go. I don't have the money for that. I'm not going. So when I did start going, it was in a suite. I've never been to Vegas and stayed anywhere other than a suite. She's only been once, and she's been in a suite. I never. So living well means different things to different people. So Neil had these meetings, and he found out that I was missing his drill for skill because I was at work. It was on Monday nights at 10, started at 10:30 is when they started. Monday nights at 10:30 every other Monday. And now I'm somebody to pay close attention to, because here it is, the second month I've written this premium. The third month, it's becoming a habit. This girl is on to something. Now I'm somebody that you want to start paying closer attention to. You want to start talking to more often, okay? So he says, Tonia, so how does your schedule work? I said, what do you mean? He said, I know you don't work just like 24 hours. You have bunks where you got to go spend the night, but how does it work? That's what he asked me. I didn't know why he was asking me. I said, well, I work 16 hours straight. I have 2-hour breaks in between and a couple of 30-minute breaks. He said, okay, so there's a time when you're like off? I said, yeah. We get off at 10 o'clock at night. And from 10 o'clock at night, I can't go home because you can only go home if you stay within 30 minutes of the facility. You can actually go home. But if you don't, you have to bunk there to be able to respond like a fireman schedule, to be able to respond in the middle of the night. So he said, so you're actually off at 10 o'clock? I said, I'm off at 10 o'clock. He said, so what do you guys do? I said, we all like a big happy family. We'll go down to BJ's and get something to eat, or we'll go work out together. We sneak off because we're really not supposed to leave the facility, but we stay pretty close. He said, okay. He said, do you ever get off any earlier than 10 o'clock? I said, well, sometimes for special occasions, I could try to flip my 2 hours to the end of the day, or save my 30-minute break and get out of there a little early. I didn't know what he was about to say. So he said, okay, so this is what I want you to do on Monday. I want you to come on down for drill for skill. I said, I'm sorry. It's an hour and a half drive. Your drill for skill starts at 10:30? And he said, yeah, but you can get out of here at 9:30, right? I said, yeah. He said, well, we'll wait for you. You just be a little late. I said, yeah, but by the time I get there, I had no idea how long this was going to go. By the time I get there, it's going to be over with, right? He said, no, we have plenty of time. And he looked at me with a straight face. I was like, in my mind, I'm like, this man is crazy. The 15 freeway is a long, dark road. They got something called black ice. I don't know if y'all have that here. Okay, and see, in California, it's kind of crazy. Yes, we have great weather, awesome weather, but when you get up there, it snows up there. So it's black ice, and I'm like, okay, it's already a dark road that you don't like to drive. I mean, it's a long stretch that you're going to be on this road for about 45 minutes before you see pretty much anything. And in my mind, all I could think about is what normal people think about. What would normal people think? How could this man ask me to drive down here by myself in the middle of the night going down and it's going to be 1, 2 o'clock in the morning coming up by myself. Guess what? My job had me do it. My job, I get off work at 12 o'clock. My job didn't care I was going to be on that road going home. The job didn't care. But see, we would think that way. How can this man ask me to do that? He don't care about me. How can he ask me to do that? You got to change that normal thinking. Instead, you have to think this man is challenging me. He's trying to make me great. He's challenging me. He's trying to see if I'm going to do it. He's like, okay, you out there doing a premium and you say you want to win. It looks like you want to win, but do you really want to win? Do you really want to win? And he had to not be afraid to challenge me that way. He had to not be afraid. I respect him. I am a single black woman from Compton, okay? He is a middle-aged white man. No, this is real right here. Because he don't know how I'm going to view him. He doesn't know he's taking a chance. Guess what? He don't care. Because all he sees is a person that he wants to make great. See, as a leader, you have to think about your decisions. You're RVP in here, you have to think about how you challenge people and what you should say. Stop thinking about how they're going to react to what you say and say what you need to say. He didn't care how I viewed him. He didn't care. You don't think he knew that when I tried to bring one of my old friends from the neighborhood to op night, the first thing they was going to look at him and say, oh, he's trying to use you. He's just trying to get paid off of you. Or he just trying to, why would you? You didn't think that he thought they were going to do that? Guess what? He didn't care. Because if I, Tonia, want to win, I'm going to have to go through that with people, and then I'll have to make a decision. Do I want to roll with them and stay broke and listen to what they got to say? Or do I want to roll with that $700,000 earner that's even taking the time to put my name in his mouth and call me through his day? So you got to think about it. You got to start thinking different. Are you going to be just like the ones that's giving you the problems? Broke. I don't like broke. People say there's all kinds of people in this world. No, it's not. It's the broke ones and it's the wealthy ones. And even if you don't have no money, you can have a wealthy attitude and you'll be a whole lot better than a broke person. See, Neil Gerfine told me something very powerful. He said, Tonia, I want you to look at this business as you're not trying to make a living. I'm trying to teach you how to make a fortune. There's a difference. There's a whole, most Primericans trying to make a living. Trying to teach you how to make a fortune. And I'm not going to coach you like a regular person. I'm going to coach you for greatness. I'm coaching you to greatness. If you fall short, if I'm coaching you to greatness, fall short, you somewhere at a $200,000 earner, fall short. When you love your fall short to be 200 grand? But if you coach into 200 grand, your fall short going to be 50,000. He said, I'm coaching you to greatness. Fall short, you at least make 200. Like Rick Susie said about the East Coast, about the West Coast, because it's so expensive to live there, and I imagine it's not expensive to live here too. It's the coasts are expensive. It's the in between that get a break. So what Rick Susie said is that 200 grand. This came from Rick Susie. This didn't come from me. So if y'all got a problem with it, y'all take it up with Rick. I don't think you got a problem with Rick. He said, okay, this is cute. You make 200 grand a year. That's cute. So Rick said, that's cute. You can start saving a little money. You can have a nice little house. You can drive a nice little Acura. This came from Rick. This didn't come from me. He said, that's really cute, and you can live happily ever after. Kids will go to college and put money away. You have a few options, a few. He said, that's cute. He said, but why would you settle for $200,000 a year when you can make $200,000 a month on the same contracts? He said, it doesn't make sense to settle. So you have to choose what you want. So Neil Gerfine says, come on down. I said, okay. Let me tell you something about being coachable. I didn't like everything that came out of his mouth. I didn't understand everything that came out of his mouth. But I knew enough to think he don't care about my opinion. He makes $700,000 a year. He was making it before I came, and he gonna make it when I'm gone. Therefore, for me to say, Well, why? Would make no sense. I'm going to look like an idiot. I just had to stay humble enough to be grateful enough that the man even cared enough to tell me he will hold his meeting up for me. So you got to change your mindset on how you look at things. You can't be mad that he's asking you that. You can't be mad they challenging you. You need to find the good in every situation. You need to look at, why is this man taking such an interest in me? Why does he have to have me at that meeting so bad that he'll hold it up for me? So by the time I get there, I didn't miss that much. So here I go to the meeting. I have to dangle some stuff. I get out of there about 9:15. I get there like 10:45. I was mad the whole way down that freeway, just upset. I get there, I have to fix my face when I walk in. Hey! And when I walk in, I sit down, and the information I received that night, I mean, it was him one-on-one like he was on a KT. He passed out information on the things you should say, hook statements, and when you close a sale, how you gonna turn around and lock that sale down, and he was just doing role playing, and he would have you stand up and he would say, give me an objection, and then he bat it back at you. Just to watch him in action was like being on a KT, and I was on the edge of my seat, and I was like, dang. And I said to myself, I'll never miss another one. And then 2 weeks later on that Monday, I'm happily on that freeway trying to get there. And then, it didn't even matter that when it was over, we didn't leave out of there till 1:30 in the morning. Everybody else gonna be home within 30, 40 minutes. I gotta get back on this freeway. And not only do I have to get back on the freeway, I have to get up at 5:30 in the morning, because I have to be in the dorm dressed and ready to go. I gotta hop up, take a shower, put my clothes on, be in a dorm, a little 1-minute walk across there to the dorm. I gotta be ready to go at 6 a.m. inside. But none of that mattered, though, because guess what? That night, I knew that my drive, I knew that me getting up at 5:30 in the morning, all this was now temporary. I knew at that moment, you better believe I'm finna master this thing, and I spent my 2-hour breaks. How are you spending your time at work on your hour lunch break? Are you packing your lunch so you don't have to run around and try to find some lunch? Are you packing your lunch, pack your sandwich so you can sit down and work on Primerica for that hour? See, ain't no excuses on why you're not getting great. I don't care if you got 5 kids at home and you don't have a lot of time when you get home. You got a lunch break where there is no kids. How you spending it? You feeling like I'm working so much at work, I need my hour to get it together? No, I had to work myself out my job. I didn't care about that job at this point. Whatever time you give me, whatever break you had, I was spending my time on people at my job. I need to sit down with you. I need to show you what I'm doing. Well, what are you doing? I need to sit down with you. We help families make and save money. Which one of them interests you more? Probably making. Okay, great. Which address do I want to come sit down with you? Oh, Poe, what's this you doing? What's some kind of, let me come in your house and show you. And they was telling me no, it didn't matter. I was going to the next one. Then they found out it was Primerica. And they was come to the next one. You doing Primerica? Yep, I sure am. Yeah, I sure am. You want to do it too? I can get you out of here. Everybody always complaining about the institution. I can get you out. Well, what are you doing? And look, come to the meeting. I'll show you what I'm doing. I mean, I was just talking about to everybody. It got to the point to where I walk in, because, it's like a military type. You got a mess hall. We have like 5 big dorms, and I work in this dorm with 50 people, but then there's a dorm next door with 50 people. You understand what I'm saying? There's people everywhere with uniforms on. So I was like a plethora of, let me talk to you, let me talk to you, let me talk to you. I didn't care. It went around to all 6 camps that Tonia Poe is doing this Primerica thing, and she gonna try to get you. And I was getting a few, and I was closing some sales off from work when I got off work, going to their home. But what was the most funniest thing was, I would walk into the mess hall where the dining hall was, where it would probably be about as big as, from this row to that wall. That's about as big as the room is, and there's tables set up all over. As I walk in the back, and then I start seeing this. She go, there she go. Just turn around, so start eating so she don't come over here. And at first I felt bad. I would be like, oh, that's messed up. And then my little friends I would go sit at the table. I already closed them, so they ain't running. And I go sit down with them. And I felt bad. And then, so let me tell you what meetings do for you. Meetings give you confidence. Because I go to a meeting and Mario Munoz is talking about, his experience at work and how he didn't care. And Neil's talking about his experience and how he didn't care. And I said, well, shoot, I don't care either. And then I thought about it. I said, the next time I went to work, I opened up that door like this. Yep, I'm here. I'm coming. As a matter of fact, I'm coming to sit with you since you want to turn all the way around. How you doing? Yeah. The Primerica girl is here. I need to sit down with you. You said next week. Next week is here. I got my book. What you want to do? I just keep a little book in my back pocket because I couldn't have my big one. I got what you want to do. What day you want? And once I set that appointment, I get up. I'm done with you. I got another hour and a half. Let me go on over here. Yeah, I'm knocking out a couple of y'all today. So, what day you want? You told me you was going to go home and talk to your wife. What'd she say? And I didn't care anymore. Because these people was going to be there forever, and I knew that I wasn't. Do you understand that? Not I'm saying I'm not. I knew I wasn't. Because I'm getting ready to do everything that he tells me to do so that I can solidify my future. Period. There was no in between. I'm not listening to my supervisor anymore. I'm listening to a new supervisor. Do you understand that? I was done. I quit my job in my head. I came to work as a shell of a person. I was no longer helping anybody. Whatever my job description was the only thing that was getting done. I went from the helpful Tonia to the don't talk to me Tonia. If you're not telling me that I can have an appointment, I'm not talking to you. Hey, TP, we need you to get over here and do it. What did your wife say? Did you go home and talk to her? Girl, we need you over here to do this. I said, no, but I'm stationed over here right now. Yeah, but we need a third person over here serving the food for the kid. What'd your wife say? I ain't talked to her yet. Well, you need to call her. I'm not doing that. No, go get somebody else. Are you serious? You're really not going to do it? No, I'm not. That's not in my job description. I don't serve food. Well, you've been doing it. Well, now I need an appointment and y'all won't give it to me, so I'm not doing it. What you gonna do, fire me? That's not in my job description. I was being nice all them other months. I'm no longer nice. You ain't nice to me. I'm not nice to you. Period. Eliminate excuses. I did it anyway. Didn't matter. I got up the next morning. I was asleep because I only had 3 hours sleep. I did it anyway. And then he would call me while I'm at work. He know I'm having a hard day because I only had 3 hours sleep. And he would call me, hey, how's your day going? To remind me of how free he was and how free I'm not. He would call and I would answer. Don't ask why, ask how. Well, how would you like me to do that? Well, how does this work? Okay, I got it. One thing he always said, and he'll say to this day, he'll say, Tonia, you were the most coachable person to ever work with because you always said, okay, got it. Okay, got it. I got it. Got it. He will say that in his speech today. I talked to Andy Young. He spoke for Andy Young a month ago. I talked to Andy Young like a week later. He said, Tonia, Neil said you were the most coachable person that he's ever worked with in his life. He tells me that all the time. I never tell him, hey, I'm coachable, coach. I'm coachable, coach. See, when you coachable, let the person coaching you say that. You don't claim that. That's not a title you give yourself. That's a title that your coach has to give you. Competence. Okay, now we really going. This is a part that you control. 100%. It's 100% you. To see this right here involves a lot of things that you have to do off the field when your coach is not looking. A lot of this on here, to be good at this stuff right here, sometimes you may not get all the recognition in the world for this. So you have to do this stuff based on how good you want to be. Based on how good you want to be in Primerica. This right here, this is like a personal choice to be competent. So the first thing you have to do is learn how to overcome objections. Now, I've listened to a lot of Overcoming Objections CD, and I'm pretty sure some of you have or should have. But for me, Hector Lamarck, I'm in his hierarchy. His was great, and I used it. Keith Otto's was great, and I used it. And those are both $1 million earners. That's awesome. But at the time, the one that worked for me was this $300,000 earner in Colorado who now has moved to Atlanta named Dave Harms. Dave Harms' Overcoming Objections CD changed my life. And we talk about it all the time because I didn't know him when I was listening to it. I didn't care how big he was. I didn't care about any of that. I just loved the techniques that he used. I loved the way that he would turn it all into a great conversation. I loved the way he was so smooth when he went in. I said, oh my God, I could do this. I could get smooth like that. I learned to almost say the things he said verbatim, and they started working. It was so smooth the way he would do it. You will hear about 9 common life insurance objections. You will hear IBA, picking up IBA, recruiting objections. But it was so awesome. It did something for me. So what I started doing is, this is back when I was younger. We started making these little packages for our recruits because we started getting recruits and we're like, I'm going to hand you this. And guess what? They don't even listen to it. But I did. I started handing, didn't you listen to this? Didn't you listen to this? Didn't you listen to this? So then I started, you know what? This is not working. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to master this and I'm going to start teaching it. That's what I'll do. So I'm going to master it, and then as I train you, you're going to watch me do it. I'm going to talk to you about the 8 or 9 objections that you're going to hear on a regular basis, and then I'm going to start drilling for skilling on them. I'm going to start making sure if I throw one out there at you, you got to give it right back to me. What do you say? How do you overcome it? How does it go? How do you pick up that check? I'm going to teach you how to be a beast, because we don't get paid off of an IBA. I never got paid off of IBA. I got paid off of producing a competent code. IBAs don't pay you. Closing a sale does. And when I close that sale, I'm going to try to recruit you because you got one foot in the door already. If I don't recruit you, I'm going to get one or two things. I'm going to get an IBA. If I can recruit you, I want the IBA. That's what I'm going for. But if I don't get the IBA, I'm going to get referrals from you. And there's no way you can close a sale and not get one of those two. And I teach you how to get one of those two. When my people close a sale, they better not send me a close that says they close and what else? Either they have a securities license and the person didn't have a lot to work with, so they close, they put $100 in a Roth that night. Or they tell me fund appointment is set for next Saturday. Picked up 20 referrals. Picked up the IBA. I need to know, if they tell me they picked up the IBA, I need to know when they're coming. When am I going to see them? Picked up the IBA, like last night I had a close. Picked up the IBA, we'll be at Saturday training in the morning. Okay? Closed for $62. Put $50 in a Raw. $50 in the money market account. Picked up the IBA. Should be at training in the morning. That's what the text message says. Can't wait to meet her. Does that make sense? All right. So, overcoming objections. You have to master that. I'm talking master it. Who wants to become a mega closer? Okay. What that means is What, in baseball, you could be a million gazillionaire if you could bat 30%? Baseball players in here, is that right? Okay. That's 3 out of 10, right? Well, in Primerica, it's not much different. If you can become 50%, 60%, that's all you need, and then turn around and teach that. You must become an awesome student and an even better teacher to get free. You go to 10 qualified appointments and you can close 6 of them, you are in the money. Do you understand that? I was shooting for 80% because I was always a B student in school. I wasn't an A because I wasn't just going to do all that stuff. When I found out the B's get treated like the A's and they don't have to do as much work, I can get into college too. Oh, that's right. I'm going to lay right there in the B+ area. I don't have to use all my time with my head in a book. Just a lot of it, not all of it. So, okay, that's where I'm going to live, right there. So then, it's funny, you have a kid, and you're like, I want you to get straight A's. I'm like, oh, God, I didn't do that. So, you have to be a little lenient. B++. Anyway, so to become a trainer, again, let me put the disclaimer out there. This is my business philosophy. This is also, it worked well because it takes 5 to 6 weeks in California to get a license. I don't know how fast you can get a license here or in some of your states. But in California, snail time, okay? So we have to be very creative in keeping people engaged. And the carrot that we dangle is getting them to district. By the time you get licensed, you won't even know what it feels like to get paid at 35%. You can come right in at 50 because you're going to do the work beforehand. So become a trainer, okay? Build a trainer. And these are the things that you must do in order to become a trainer in my organization. Now, if you do this right, this is the way this works if you do this right. You follow the system, and we lay the system out as soon as they get recruited because we want them to do this as soon. So I want trainers as soon as possible. See, this is the thing. Some RVPs that don't do a lot of premium, they don't want trainers as soon as possible. You know why? Or those that personally produce a lot and don't understand that they're doing it for a period of time, they don't want it because everybody that comes in, if they only have 1 or 2 trainers, they're the one that's going to train them. But the more trainers they have, and they still need to go write premium, now they got to go out and work harder to find it. But if you just bring me the people you can't train, no way, I'll train them. Bring the people you can't train, no way, I'll train them. Bring the people you can't train, no way, I'll train them. No, so you're looking at it wrong. You need as many trainers as possible. You know why? When somebody is training, they care a little bit more about how many people they get to op night. They care a little bit more about how many IBAs they get because they know they're going to train them. They care a little bit more when they know they're going to train these people. So the goal, you got to keep talking to people from the beginning about how fast I can get you to become a trainer. But if you're going to talk about how fast can I get you to become a trainer, you must have some guidelines on how you become a trainer. It can't just be fly by night by the wind. Oh, this one is good. You came in and you wrote good premium and you did. Okay, so next month you can train. Do not turn your business over to an amateur. Don't do it. Because guess what? Why is it in every other profession, when you see the word trainer, that means they have mastered that. Even at your job, the person that was training you, they mastered it. So why would you turn your business over to somebody that came in on January 1st, wrote 10,000 personal premium, recruited 2 people that whole first month, by February, and they come tell you, okay, I want to train people now, and you so happy to have somebody to do some premium. Okay. Are you kidding me? Do you know Primerica graveyard is full of people that wrote 10 grand personal? That don't impress me. As a matter of fact, I don't even want a person to come in their first month and write 10 grand. Some people don't even know that about me. They think that she wants you to come write 10 grand. That don't impress me. You build to that. If you come in and write 5, I'm like, oh, okay. But normally they come in first month, write 2, 3, and we're going to build and get you to that. But I have to have a good, clean premium, not mama, sister, brother, cat, dog. No. So you come in, it's gradual. If you come in doing $5,000 your first month, I was like, oh, now I know I can get them to 10 much faster. I can get them to 8 to 10 much faster. And the reason I say 8 to 10 is because no matter if you're writing 8 to 10 personal premium, preferably 10 every single month, it doesn't matter what contract you have, you're going to make money. Doesn't matter. You're going to make money on whatever contract you have. When your premium stays consistent, you feel and see your promotion. When it doesn't matter if I made you division today. It's been 5 months since you even wrote $8,000. You've been writing 2, 1,500, 5, 31. So when I give you a promotion, you don't even feel it. You don't feel it. It's no different than you having a 50% contract. You don't even feel that 10% because you're not consistent in your actions. So I won't even give it to you until you are. How about that? Build a trainer. You must be able to recruit from the table. So this is what we tell them in the beginning when we first get them. Listen, by now, you've taken me on 15 training appointments. I've closed 13. You've watched me make income off your friends and family. You've watched me do that. And I'm going to teach you how to do that. Because that is where the money is. I don't know these people. You took me in their home based on your credibility. I closed the sale based on my ability. You would not be able to close your auntie's sale because you're 29 years old, you just got married, you just had a baby, and your aunt is 52, that's been working at AT&T for 20 years, that is a supervisor, that's highly credible, and she's still viewing you no matter what as the nephew. I changed your diaper. Number one, I don't even want you all in my business. That's number one. I don't want you to be in charge of my business. My State Farm guy handled all my stuff. My State Farm guy walked in here and impressed me. You are my nephew. You're not going to impress me. I'm going to be happy for you, but you're not going to impress me like that. Of course, there's exceptions to the rule, but the majority, this is what happens. So I tell you, take me to see Auntie. It's my job to impress Auntie, and I will. And now your Auntie's going to say things like this. When she makes me her new agent, she's going to say things like this. I'm so happy and excited you're working with her. Are you going to sound like her? You stick close to her. She's going to train you well. I'm so excited for you. And now me and Auntie are best friends. I try to recruit Auntie, but Auntie don't want to. That's fine. That's okay. I'm going to handle all Auntie's stuff. And guess what? Auntie's now going to give you 25 names and numbers of people who is not your auntie. Those referrals are going to go to you. So yes, you're going to give up that one sale. I'm going to make the money off Auntie. You're going to give that sale up. But what am I giving you in return? 25 people that Auntie are going to fully endorse. Auntie is going to be excited about. Auntie is going to put a word in for you. Auntie's now becoming your publicist and you don't even know it. So 3 weeks from now, when you have your license, you're going to walk like me, talk like me, sound like me. You won't look as good as me, but I'm going to make sure you're so sharp that you're going to go impress Auntie's friends. And they're going to turn their stuff over to you because now, to them, you are that State Farm guy that was to your auntie. Does that make sense? So I'm selling them on this from the beginning. Yes, you're going to give these people up to me one time. But when we close that sale, if I recruit them, they're yours. We don't recruit them, it's okay. I'm going to get the referrals when you're going to possibly learn how to recruit those referrals when you get in that house. So I'm selling them on this and I'm painting a picture. These referrals are for you once you get licensed. The clock is ticking. Boom. I would love for you to be training in the next 60 to 90 days. Now, let me tell you how you're going to do that. I need you to become my superstar in the base shop. You know why? Because I got some lazy people. And I'm tired of talking to grown folks. They've been with me a while, and they used to be the superstar. They got comfortable. I'm not going to keep talking to them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to produce a new superstar on them. So now they're going to start feeling some kind of way. Either they're going to get going or they're going to get going. One or the other. Either way, it's fine. But I'm not going to keep talking to you, though. So I'm going to have you come in there. You all nice and shiny like a new penny. You're going to walk in and you're going to be standing up every week, closing sales and making money. Can you do that for me? Yeah, I'm ready. You ready? All right, let me see your presentation. And I watch everyone's presentation before I let them go close a sale by themselves. If I don't watch it, my leaders do, and they come tell me yay or nay. Or they'll say, you might need to see this one. It's a little shaky. Like, okay. They cannot go. Now, I know things get watered down as it gets bigger. But if I create a system where the top people have to give the okay on this person's presentation, because I need to keep it as tight as possible. I can't tell you what you're doing and how twists you put on it and all is gonna work. All I can tell you is what I did works. And when you keep doing what I did, you will have success like I did. So I need this to continue to be duplicated even when I'm not training people. Does that make sense? It has to stay the way it is if we want to become a fine oil machine. So I'm telling them I need you to do a few things, okay, in this 60 to 90 days. You're under evaluation, like a job puts you on probation. I'm going to evaluate you these 60 to 90 days, see how fast you can become a trainer. So what you're going to do is you're going to take these referrals and you're going to go out there and you're going to do something that's called chasing premium. You know why you're going to chase premium? Because you're not training right now. But how long you want to live like that? You want to become a builder so you don't have to do that no more. But it's important to know how to do it because one day when you go RVP, you might have to do it again to rebuild. So you're going to do it for a while. You're going to hit the referrals. You're going to make the phone calls. You're going to be out there prospecting. You're going to do all that to generate whatever you can for the first 60 to 90 days. Because what I need you to do is learn how to recruit at the kitchen table. If you can't do that, I can't turn my business over to you. Because what if there was no op night? Can you speak so highly about Primerica at the table that you can pick up an IBA? I mean, I know once you get them to my op night, I can pick up the IBA for you. That's nothing. But that's my skill set going to work. What about yours? I need you to be able to recruit that table. You can't miss meetings. People say, Tonia, that's unrealistic. That's harsh. How is that unrealistic? When you're on probation for them 90 days at your job, if you miss a day work, what they going to do? You're going to lose that job, right? Okay. So as soon as you miss a day, we're going to start your time all over again. See how serious you are. How hard do you want to train? See, because training is a privilege. Did you know that? It's not a right. You don't get to do that. It's a privilege. So you got to show me you want to do it. So if you're missing meetings during this, and I'm telling you, look, fair exchange and no robbery. I told you you're in an evaluation period, right? You know when you're on probation at your job, right? So you're choosing to miss this day. Well, Tonia, what if their kid gets sick? Or what if they really can't come? I expect that. And I understand that. But the rules are still the rules. So when you chose not to come, and guess what? If I find out your child was in the hospital and you did not go, you came, I'm going to look at you crazy. Because guess what? It's called being an adult. I'm going to tell you, my baby's in the hospital and I can't come. But guess what else I'm going to do? Accept whatever consequence it is for not showing up. Okay, I guess I'm starting over then. It's no problem, but I'm not coming. I'm not going to have an attitude about it because that's just what it is. Do you understand what I'm telling you? It's not personal, it's called business. It's not personal, it's called business. I would expect you to feel so passionate about your child that, okay, I guess I got to start over. I don't care if I was doing it for 2 months and I got 1 more month to go. I guess I'm starting over because I'm not coming. Does that make sense? So I don't care what the reason is. If you miss, you start over. And you're going to have to learn how to deal with it. That's life. It is what it is. Doesn't mean you won't be great one day. It's probably going to make you greater. Don't let that knock you out the box, but I'm not changing the rules for nobody. Create a track record. I need you to finish as a district on California scoreboard top 25. I don't have you got to do $5,000, you got to do $3,000, you got to do $2,000. No. The reason why I don't do that is because then you have no reason to watch the scoreboard. I'm teaching you how to compete. And you don't even know it. So you got to watch that scoreboard every day because guess what? You got to make sure you are top 25. Every day you watching it. Every day you're going to get on the phone. Every day you don't want this month to slip away. You don't want this month to slip away like, okay, I can't get this month away. I got to become top 25 in district in California. I have to. You're going to watch it every single day. And what you do for 90 days becomes a what? A habit. So now you're used to it. okay? So when you do that, congratulations, you are a trainer. And, you train someone in the district. You become a trainer, now your goal to go division is train someone in the district. Train someone to district all on your own. I didn't help you, I didn't do the fast start, I didn't do anything. Train them to district on your own. And you have a sizable amount of people coming to meetings. You're able to answer the questions that I asked you. How many guests did you have it out night last night? Oh, I had one. No, you didn't. Your recruit had 2. The other recruit had, oh, yeah, I had 5. Okay, you ain't ready. You gotta know that kind of stuff. How many people did your team introduce on Saturday? Oh, shoot. You ain't ready. All you worried about is premium. I'm trying to teach you how to build a business. You got the premium out the way, that's great. That's the easy part. Hard part is the psychological part. That's the hard part. And I'm not giving you a division contract till you learn how to do that. Personally producing. Personally producing is an art form. Once you've done all of this to become a trainer, now, one thing that you are used to doing, you're used to making a few dollars. Now, I have to work closer with you because now you have to learn how to be responsible for somebody else's people. You mastered pretty much your own people, how to make the phone call, how to confirm it, you had a relationship with them, you called them over the phone. You mastered all that, that's how you became a trainer. Now, it's a whole other animal when you're training because you have no control over somebody else's people. So I have to work closely with you with that. Teach you how to personally produce. What do I mean by that? Well, now that you have a district under you, now that you're trying to get a district under you, you may have some people under you and they're closing the sale. I need to teach you that chargebacks happen because we sell stuff. Target has a return line, okay? Because they sell stuff. Something's always gonna come back. I don't care how good your business is, something is gonna come back. You control your business so that you minimize what comes back. However, especially in the beginning with a new recruit, they're gonna start to see a chargeback faster. We gotta get it under control. So, what I teach the person personally producing is this. You control your income off of your own pen. If you have a chargeback or two, the person under you, the override, takes care of that. So when I teach this, I say, listen, when you start personally producing, don't you want to keep your money? Yeah, okay. So when you get a chargeback or you see a chargeback coming, you charge back. So you don't get a chargeback unexpectedly unless you had bad communication skills with a client and they called and canceled. That's the only way you didn't know a chargeback was coming. Other than that, your back office was ignored. You knew it was coming. They don't just give it to you. So we have an accountability system in place. I actually pay for it. A company called Fix Your Persistency. Some of you may know it. So I pay for that. And for the last 2 years, that's how I've been able to have a 70% QBI and a 100-grand base shop. People say it can't be done. Oh, yes, it can. When you make money and you pay for it, you can get anything done. They have conference calls 3 times a week. My regional leaders take a contract and they have to have their own Fix Your Persistency call and they have to pay for it. That's part of them taking the contract. You will not tear my business up on your way out and leave it with me. You're going to fix this and you're going to learn how to fix it. Okay? So, personally producing. I need to get you. I evaluate you. Everybody's not going to write 10 grand personal. I believe everybody can write 5. Everybody can write 5. Even the person that doesn't want to be the big person, that's fine. Everybody can write 5. Everyone can write 5,000 in personal premium. Everyone. And guess what 5 would do for you? People have become millionaires and the most they've ever written is 5 grand personal. 4 and 5. They recruited 4 directs and written $5,000 and become millionaires. I've talked to a couple that never wrote more than $5,000, but guess what they mastered? Teaching people to write $5,000. Okay? And they're millionaires. Everybody can do that. You understand that? I had a lady yesterday that closed 4 sales in one day. She did 3,200 in one day. One day. She has 29 days left in the month when you do that. But right now she has 17 days left. Are you working hard or are you hardly working? That's you have to ask yourself. Am I working hard or am I hardly working? And you say, well, I'm working hard. Well, what are you working hard on? Are you working hard on income-producing activity? Are you working hard on something else? Hey, we're trying to generate this, we're trying to generate that, and we having a potluck, and we're going to get together, and we're going to talk about... You're going to have a potluck to get together and talk about how you getting ready to start thinking about doing something. I'm confused. People say, how many potlucks do you have? I said, I don't. Well, do you have anything to get people pumped up? I said, no. Well, do you have any meetings where, you want to get them motivated? I said, no. That's why, well, what do you do? I said, I inspire them to want to do better, and I tell them, go look at your checking account. Go look at your children. Go look at your husband that's working his behind off that you never get to see because you won't get to work. Go look at your wife that's working her behind off that you never get to see because she always at work. Go look at your living situation. Go look at the car you're driving. Look at the school your kid's going to. Look at all that and go get motivated to do something. When I don't do potlucks because I do have rewards. I give my team a lot. I'll have the taco man come out. We had Saturday training, they don't even know. Taco man outside, as soon as it's over, everybody get tacos, or they'll come out and have pizza all outside. They love my peach cobbler, my banana pudding, my macaroni and cheese. So I'll stay up all night cooking for them, big old pots of it, and they'll come outside and it's there, they're like, oh my God. But the only people that can stay was those that did 1 and 1. Everybody else can smell it on their way out. You did 1 and 1 last month, this is for you. You did 0, I'm sorry. I was always taught 0 plus 0 equals 0, right? That's math. I didn't make that up. That's the truth. 0 plus 0 equals 0. You do nothing, you get nothing. This is my food. I paid for it. You can't tell me how to distribute my food. That's why I don't want no potluck. It's called entitlement. Then you walking in, you stayed up all night making these greens. Stay up all night on the phone. I don't need to distract you from doing nothing. I did it one time. One time I did a potluck, and I said, let me see how excited these people going to be. It was the people that do 0 that came in with the best food. Because they want to show their skill. They don't have no skill in the bake shop, but they got skill in that kitchen, though. They want to show their skill. They want to be good. Everybody wants to be good at something. Did you know that? So they knew that they good at this. I'm the Medea of the family. I do everything. Yeah, I'm going to bring my good home mac and cheese recipe. Oh, I'm going to make this. They get the most excited when I pass that list around and say, who's going to bring what to the potluck? Everybody can come. They, what? And I'm sitting there, and I said, I'll never do this again. I'll never do this again. And I started telling them, I said, the way them greens taste, if you put that kind of effort into learning this business, because it don't make no sense how good they were. I use whatever I can to show somebody, you have a talent, sweetie. The way you felt when you were stirring that pot, and you was excited, and you chopping this up and putting that in there, and you knew everybody was going to like it the way you felt. Why don't you go recruit somebody, pour all that into them, teach them how to make some money, and get excited when they close the sale and make some money, because you taught them how to do it. Everybody gets excited about something. When you channel that energy here, you will make it big. Must know and have product knowledge. Must know and have product knowledge. Before POL had where you can go on there on a computer and you can go to the store, you can press the button and it'll open up the brochure for you. Some of y'all don't know, y'all don't buy brochures off POL? Okay. All right. I make my people do it. Let me see. I'll just give them quizzes. They don't even know. I said, let me see your toolbox. Let me see what kind of stuff you got in there. Okay, well, I'm a little low on this. I have to order this. I said, I don't want to hear all that. Well, I got a Company of Destiny brochure. I have this brochure. I have that brochure. They have to keep this stuff stocked because when they leave somebody's house, they need them to leave some information. You ever go behind a State Farm, Prudential, Farmers, and then you look at the stuff they left, then they leave them a whole little kit, a nice little folder. You okay? So why you don't leave nothing? Because it costs you something? Yeah, they company give it away for free, but they also don't make that kind of money either. So because it costs you, you don't have that? Those folders are $1 a piece, but see, if you was making money and you knew you had 10 clients a month, you wouldn't care about spending that $10. So when you ain't make it take money to make money. You got to spend a little money, put a little love into your business before the money will come to you. So let me see what you leave a client. And, okay, well, I don't have, you have 3 KTs today, don't you? Yeah. You only have 1 Company of Destiny book. Only 1 gonna get it? Well, I mean, I may not close all 3, so you don't even expect to close. That's the problem right there. I got 3 KTs. I need 3 of everything because I'm closing all of it. Now, if I don't close, it'll surprise me. Not if I do. Damn, I didn't know I was going to close that. No, I came to close. So that didn't surprise me when I did. It will surprise me if I don't. And it'll bother me. So you better believe if I don't close at 1 of 3, 2 and 3 got a problem. If I don't close 1 and 2, 3, I might as well spend the night because I'm not going home. It's done. I'm sorry you had to be the last one, but I didn't close the other 2, and you're giving me a check. Bottom line. I'm not going to say that, but my attitude is going to say that. I'm going to evaluate what I did on the first KT. Why didn't I get that check? She closed me. How did I let her do that? Well, on my way to the second one, so I can get that much better. I'm going to call my upline. Look, I had a girl yesterday, the one that closed the 4. She had 5 KTs yesterday. She didn't close the first one. She got to the next 2. She closed the other 2 within those 2 houses, the 4 between those 2 houses. She didn't close the first one. She called me. I'm here. I tell her, I don't care. Call me. If I can talk, I'll talk. If I can't, I can't. Call me no matter where I am. It's 1 in the morning. Call me. I don't care. Call me. Let me tell you I can't talk. Don't assume I can't. She called and I told her what to do. I was in a car with somebody. I think I was in a car with Ingrid. And I told her what to do. I was like, okay, all right. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. She's telling me, okay, she said this, she said, you should have said this. You right. Okay. So by the time she got to the next ones, she was ready. You understand what I'm saying? Some of y'all ain't gonna do that though. You think you got it. This girl writes $8,000, $9,000 every single month. She writes 10 every now and then, every single month. She worked for the county for 17 years. She has a child in college, okay? And it's called Little Win. She has a child in college in Northern California. That's a 6-hour drive if you drive. It's a hour and 15-minute flight if you fly. But flying costs way more money than driving. Her daughter's in college up there. Her son is in high school. And before she started Primerica, she was doing it part-time. What made her quit her job was her daughter had been in college for 2 years, and never once has she been able to give her a plane ticket. She's had to drive down for 6 hours on a Friday, which cuts into her time she can spend with her daughter. She get in late. She's worried about her making that drive. So she comes in on Friday, go to bed, wake up Saturday, spend Saturday with her, spend as much Sunday morning with her as she can. She got to hurry up and put her back on the road so she's not driving too late in the middle of the night because she got to be at class on Monday. This has been a routine for 2 years, and she find Primerica. The first month she closed a sale, she made $1,700. So once a month, she brings her daughter home. She called me crying, Tonia, this is the first time I'm able to buy a plane ticket. Do you understand? I sold that to the whole room because sometimes we don't talk about the little wins. The little win is important. You got to get a little win before you get a big one. It's not always, okay, you're going to make $1 million. No. Can somebody change their lifestyle with an extra $1,500 a month? Everybody can take an extra $1,500 a month. Everybody, every home can change the dynamic of their home with an extra $1,500 a month. That's all it takes. But see, if you're not making it, you can't turn around and convince somebody you can teach them how to do it. If you have a license in here and you can't even consistently, month in, month out, make an extra $1,500 a month, why do you waste your time and keep coming to meetings? Now, some of you can take that and be like, well, that's not fair. I'm trying to get better. That's fine. I'm a coach that I don't coach to the low. I coach to the high. So those of you that's doing 0 and constantly coming, you keep doing that. Don't worry about what I'm saying. What I'm saying should bother you. If you hear it enough, it's going to bother you. Because right now I'm talking about you. But if you don't like how I'm talking about you, then guess what you're going to start doing? Exactly. If you're strong enough, you'll stay. Every time you hear it, you'll take it, and you'll take it, and you'll take it. And guess what? One day, I ain't talking about you no more. So no, I might hurt some feelings sometime, but guess what? I don't care. Because the reason why you're still doing this, maybe somebody ain't hurt your feelings enough. The right person hurt your feelings, it's going to change something. Or you're going to quit. One of them either going to get going or you're going to get going. Either way it goes, it doesn't matter to me. Before POL was allowed you to do that, they didn't. So guess what I did? I spent about $35 and I ordered. I still would do it if I were you. You can't really see good on that POL inside the brochure. You can't really touch it and see if you really like that brochure or not. You know what I'm saying? I spent like $35 and I ordered one of everything on POL. One of everything. One of everything. Do you understand me? Neil will talk about that today. Neil didn't tell me to do that. I was listening to a Hector Lamarck CD. Hector Lamarck said, I have to have full product knowledge. Now, that doesn't mean I don't go on a KT until I learn everything. No. That means off the field, on your own time, you or do these things and you guess what? Late at night, you at home going through them. What do I like? What do I not like? The kind of people I service. Should I have a bunch of these? Should I have a bunch of these? How does this one explain Primerica? How does this one? And I started ordering what I wanted to have plenty of, according to the people I serve. Does that make sense? So I added that to my arsenal. So when I walked in a home, I was ready. I had product knowledge. Now, I don't really sell long-term care like that, but I knew what it was. I knew how to explain it. I knew how to give them a phone number. I got certified in it. You understand what I'm saying? I didn't market it like, okay, I'm the long-term care girl. No, I didn't. PDR, practice, drill, rehearse. These are things you do on your own time. I'm going over the presentation. I'm like, oh, not that part. Okay, boom. Had to go, no, okay, so if I talk to them about this, if I go see a single mom, and in the middle of the presentation, I start giving my personal story, and I tell them how, okay, I'm a single mom, so I just couldn't live with myself. Something were to happen to me. I had to have coverage because at the end of the day, I know my life to have, my daughter has nice things. I want her to have ballet class. I want her to do this. And if I pass away, I couldn't live with myself knowing my daughter had to survive off somebody else's already stressed budget. My mother loves her. My sister loves her, but they don't have no money. So if I don't leave now, what kind of mother would I be? So I have to start doing that in the middle of the presentation. So now when I get to the end, I'm talking to a single mama. She can't tell me she don't want to do it because now she know I'm going to look at her crazy. So I'm closing before I'm even closing. I have to know my audience. Who am I talking to when I walk in this house? I'm evaluating. Then I'm going to make a decision at the end of this presentation. She got a tattoo on her neck, so I don't think I want her in my office. Some people are like, that's kind of, isn't that kind of judgmental? Right, we live in a world where that's what people do. So you got tats all up here, and I'm going to put you in a suit and you're going to walk in somebody's house? I don't think so. That's my choice, though. So guess what? While I'm at the table, what I'm going to do? I'm going to make you a client because you deserve it. I'm going to help you out with your finances. I'm going to do all of that, but I'm not going to recruit you because I can do what I want to do. I don't want to. I'm just saying. You got a teardrop right here. You done kill somebody. I don't want you in my office. This is what I look at when I go to recruit somebody. Would they get my social if they walked in my house? And if the answer is no, I don't recruit you. So I teach my team that, and yet and still, somebody come out night, and I'm like, what the hell is this? Really? Are you kidding me? And they're like, oh, well, he was cool. He was this and that. I mean, he's a artist. He works for so-and-so. I mean, he makes like 60 grand. So look at him. Did you tell him that it was business casual? Yeah, I did, but he's real earthy. He surfs all day. Okay. He said he don't even own a pair of slacks. So how he gonna go in somebody's house in these cut-off jeans and flip-flops with an amazing tan, smelling like weed? Are you kidding me? Why is he in my office? We don't need an IBA that bad. He deserves the services, but he's not going to be our rep. Do you understand that? Get that IBA out of his hand. We don't want it. I'm so serious. Because you know why that's not fair? Let me tell you why that's not fair. Because somebody went and they closed a big sale, and they got somebody, they may not want to do Primerica, but we invite our clients to Op Night as well. You're a valued client. We want you to come to our office. We want you to see what we're about. And I want you to feel comfortable about the decision that you've made to allow our firm to represent you and your family. All my clients come to Op Night, so you have to come. Just take another, hour out of your busy week, your busy month, your busy year. I understand it and I get it. But when you want to know where my office was located, I came to you and I came to your home. Wouldn't you want to know where the office was located at least so you would be able to find me? Just give us one office visit and I promise you that's it. Now, of course, I'm hoping that they see, oh, you know what, I might want to do this. But if they don't, they're still a value client and that's fine. But guess what? I'm trying to get that $800,000 they got. I'm trying to roll that money over. I'm trying to impress them. And so they come and everybody's business casual and they walk in, the office looks nice and they're impressed and then here come weed head walking past. And, no, I'm serious. Is that fair to me? No. Because I'm doing what Tonia said. I'm in the home. I'm giving them what I'm supposed to. I'm evaluating everybody. I'm seeing who I want to invite to the office. And you just out there renegading, okay, you close the sales, I'm an environment. I'm like, the hell with our environment. This man, okay, you can say my life insurance agent, but I ain't trusting you with my $800,000. And just like that, I don't get his money, because you. Op night is a show. It's like a play. It involves everybody. There's people in the audience that stage when you go to a play. It makes the room operate correctly. You might have been at op night, every day for the last 7 months. You know what joke is coming next. You know, because you still better laugh. Laugh like you love it. Because it's a show. And you messing up the environment when you let the wrong type element come in. It ain't because I'm being judgmental. I'm not. I'm protecting the environment because other people are. And we're in a people business. And people get funny like that. But guess what? It's something called a job interview. You know what a job interview is for? Because they want to select who they want in their business. And you better start getting a little more selective. You wonder why you have a problem with your recruits. You wonder why they're driving you crazy because you let them. You shouldn't have recruited them. You let them drive you crazy. You let them frustrate you. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you at the top.